Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Genshin Impact reaction. Today we have another set of requests from Harshit yet again, putting in the requests that the most people wanted me to listen to. I do have to say that I did listen to the first one. I'm not going to be including a reaction part for it because honestly, if I may be so bold and forward about this as I can be, I can kind of give my opinion with a simple video clip here, which you will see now.
Brother, what's that?
The animation was fun, and I want to make sure that that's clear, but the Rockin' for Life thing just wasn't really meant to be a good song. It's meant to be comedic, so as a musician, I can't pick it apart the same way I normally would. If I was listening to the instrumental, that's another thing, but I decided not to do that. But the vocalists in all the versions are kind of half-assing their singing, and that's there for the comedy, but as a song, it's not really something I can truly dissect and give it a fair shake. So while I definitely saw the comedy in there, I also decided it wasn't really worth including an actual breakdown and reaction section here, so I'm just summarizing it right now. But I will be getting to weaving Nishiki, so I guess without further ado, let's get to the actual reaction, shall we? Let's go! Ooh. Ooh. You're like 80s jazz up in here. I'm vibing. Got city pop energy going. Oh yeah, 100% city pop. I love that, like, heavy reverb, clean electric guitar sound. Oh, that's... Oh no, okay, I thought that was it already. I'm so glad it didn't end there. This sounds really familiar. Why does that melody during, like, the big section sound like that one Persona meme? That's funny. Oh, they did the thing. They did the lick at the end. Okay. Now that's a song I can talk about. I had to go look it up, and it was the Persona 4 song Specialist, the one that has that dance in there that is being memed to death. It sounded really familiar, and I couldn't place my finger on it for a split second, but I'm glad I eventually got there. That's not in any way a bad thing. That entire song kind of shares a similar energy to this one, albeit this song is much more toned down overall. It has much more of that, like, back jazz city pop sort of sound, whereas Specialist is much more upbeat. But of course, music is still music, and therefore it does have a pseudo-finite amount of combinations, and eventually you're going to get a song that sounds pretty similar to another one. If you know anything about pop music, there's the whole meme of the 4-chord song, and albeit that can be forced a little bit, some songs aren't necessarily written in that 4-chord mentality, but can be transposed into the 4-chord mentality, and that's just how people kind of trick your ear. But I don't want that factor or that comparison to overshadow the rest of what this song was doing really well, which overall was a great vibe. I don't know when this song would have been playing, but it feels like a nightlife sort of song. That's the type of sound you would expect to hear out of it. That's kind of where city pop got its popularity as well. Just the overall energy of the city, having some sort of a socialite kind of energy to the song, but is still relaxed enough. And that's where I'm getting the nightlife energy from this one, especially with the jazzy stuff that was in there, the saxophone and such. That's much more appropriated to the nightlife aspect of music, just traditionally. Over the years, we've come to accept that through other media and people who write music kind of addressing certain instruments to certain feels and vibes. You can blame Hollywood for that. You can blame New York for that. You can blame Tokyo for that. You can blame whoever you want. There's a lot of areas of the world where they have a very specific sound that sounds like that location, and that's usually a movie's fault. And then somebody was like, oh, I like how they did that, and then they'll copy it, and so on and so forth, until we get that sort of thing happening. But as far as the actual composition, there's not too much I can really dig into here, because it does kind of sound like an overall, while still a good song, a pretty cookie cutter approach to the genre of city pop and night jazz. And that's probably the exact reason this song exists. It was probably made to be some sort of a transitional spot during the game, or something to be set on loop in the background during another much more important section, that you just don't need to constantly be hearing something much more involved with a lot more energy or a bunch of different changes going on. There's not really a point if the song is only supposed to be there for a split moment in the overall game's timeline. So I'm not going to really dig too deep into it, because it is, at the end of the day, a very simple city pop sound, but that's not really something I can get into the nitty gritty in unless people are actually interested in me getting more into the music theory thing, which I'm still not sure how people are responding to that. I know some people really like it when I get nerdy and get into the music theory stuff, and I also know some people just haven't even made it this far because I be yapping. So it's 50-50 there, but if you guys want me to do that, if the Genshin community that watches me overall actually is interested in that sort of thing, I will definitely get down and dirty into those musical contexts, but I just don't think a lot of people are all that interested, so I tend to save myself time and save you guys effort. If you're not interested, why would I make the time in doing it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But let me know if that isn't the case. Like, if you want me to actually get into it, please say so. I do get into the music theory stuff on occasion. I've done it for Genshin stuff. I've done it for Arknight stuff. I've done it for especially Blue Archive stuff. They have a lot of little things in there that I like to point out. And I actually get into a lot of the character dissection stuff when I get to Project Moon songs, because usually those are character themes or battle themes with very specific mentalities and sounds in mind for those moments. For this one, it just felt a little too basic for me to get to, unless I dig deeper. So if that is something you guys are interested in me doing more often, I can definitely make that happen. I just didn't want to start doing that if nobody's going to watch it, you know? So yeah, let me know down in the comments below if that's something I should start doing more often for you guys, and if you enjoy that sort of thing. And if you don't or do, either way, leave a comment down below if you have a song you want me to specifically get to as far as reactions alone go, and I will do my best to get to them. And if you just like this video and you want to follow me and support me for more in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!